What's up, Tommy boy? What's up, Michael? Long Island, Michael. This onto live chat. There we go. Yo, what's up, Jamie? How's it going? You know, just trying to get some boxes ready to get listed and get out of here. Figured I'd try to be productive instead of just sitting here in front of the camera the whole time. What's going on? How's everybody? How's everybody's sales doing? I just turn around and see your comment, Joanne. What's going on with Amazon now with you? Cleaning books. All right, Jamie, I gotta know, like, cleaning books, like, what are you doing exactly? I'm just curious. This is pretty funny, Jamie. You're actually in here, and I just found this in the book. It's from somebody named Jamie to their mom. Damn, 70 miles, 4 stores, and only 12 books. Did you find any DVDs or CDs at least, Terry? Listen, at the end of the line, Joanne, it'll all be worth it. Oh, yeah, them damn Goodwill stickers. Are you my mom? No, but apparently you bought this book for your mom. The Surrender Experiment. You wrote a whole little note for her, too. Good guy you are. My sales have actually been really good this week. Before this week, they were kind of up and down, but this week's been actually really good for me, which is good. I just have a lot I have to get sent out today. Google Books are still 99 cents in Kentucky. They will find you. You can't hide forever. Hopefully you have other sources besides the Goodwill. So when that day comes, you're like, you can be like me and then never go to a Goodwill again. Not ever again, but maybe once every 2 months. Once you get in the habit of buying books for cheap, like you can't even go back and like spend $2 on a single hardback at the Goodwill. Like I can't do that anymore. Like that's so much money. Found a thrift store with 10-cent books. I'm basically in the same boat now. Fortunately for us, we have enough, thrift stores, small ones. How many times a day should we be repricing? Reprice it lets you run it 20 times a day. So I am repricing 20 times every day at whatever times you feel like giving. Yo, what's up, Fabio? Goodwill hardback, $2.40. That's still cheaper than what I'm getting out here, Terry. Hardbacks here are basically $3 minimum, so it sucks. Goodwill times are tough, and honestly, I just feel like Goodwill is at a point where they either are going to have to be a reseller or they're going to have to lower prices or go out of business, because nobody's going in there to buy thrifted goods at the prices they're charging. I mean, go in there and look at a plain white t-shirt. They want $6 for a used white t-shirt. Like, that's crazy. I'm not a dream killer, Tommy. I'm just preparing people for the inevitable of Goodwill raising their prices to unrealistic amounts of money for used books. They see all these YouTubers making these videos, billionaire booksellers, so they're like, we can do it too. But then you go and look, and they're selling merchant fulfilled stuff for nothing. It's just like, you guys ain't making no money. Like, you're paying somebody to list this stuff, to pack it and ship it. Goodwill ain't making no money on that crap. Goodwill's $2.99 papers. Yep, forget about it. If that's the only store you have around you, then yes, you're gonna have to go there and thrift. But like, I want you to spend a lot of your time like focus on Facebook and Craigslist bulk buys. Like, that can't be your only option. You're not going to survive paying that much per book. Funny story for you, Terry. I was listening to DVD today, and our favorite guy was on the listing, Jensen. Jensen. Well, thankfully, he was actually priced where he should be on the DVDs, at least. So maybe the DVD section of his business is a little bit better at pricing. I don't. There was actually a community garage sale today, but listen, I got up so early for so many years working that I cherish my sleep time more than garage sale times. And when I have plenty of inventory, I just slept in. I didn't even go, but I got boxes and boxes I got to get shipped out, so it's not a big deal to me. Habitat for Humanity restore. We have like I wonder if they are Habitat for Humanity. Yeah. They are. Deb says they are. We have those, Dustin, but only thing like ours sells is like stuff for houses. I think our Habitat store must sell books because they had none that were worth anything. Yeah, mine doesn't even have books. Mine has like doors and, ceiling tiles and stuff like that. Like, honestly, I mean, I'm going to have to double check just to see. Good, Terry. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Some people love garage selling, and when they hear me say, oh, I ain't going, they're like, man, you're missing out. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'll make up for it during the week. Friends of the library. Everybody loves Friends of the library. Every library does have a shelf of stuff for sale. Yeah, you are correct. My library is having another book sale coming up, and I might go, I might not. I know I definitely can't talk Deb into going just because last time was brutal. People are nuts. I might go, just scan the CDs and DVDs and get out of there. But I don't know. If you don't have to deal with the headaches, that's my whole thing. If you don't have to deal with the headaches of going to book sales and fighting people over stuff at the bins, like, then just avoid it. In my opinion, it's the best way to be. Haven't hit your local library lately? Yeah, I haven't. I usually only go to mine during the sales if I do decide to go, and they only have like 2 sales a year, so most Habitat for Humanity have books, but usually landfill quality. I got one that's not too far from me. I'm going to stop in there and I'm going to see what they got. I'm just curious as, like, do they have shelves of books? Do they have just, like, gaylords of books you just dig through? Like, I'm just curious how it works. And I wonder how much they charge. Crazy book deals. They better be giving them away, especially if they're crap. Lots of DVDs going out this week. Some Shirley Temple. some Undead or Alive with Chris Kattan. This weird kind of stuff. These weird DVDs do good. I don't know what it is. I just found a Goodwill bin store about 40 minutes from me. Yes, Joanne. So those things are like they're hit or miss. Their books are super cheap. Usually they're like $1.50 or like 33 cents and 50 cents. You just have to get there when they like bring out the bins, like the bin drop, because usually it's full of resellers and it's just chaos. So it'll be a good experience for you, especially with being over in Jersey and there being a lot of resellers over there. I think you probably get a trip out of it, but it might frustrate you because it's just chaos. Just hit local library today and it had a for sale section. Did you find anything? What the hell is this? You got it. My Habitat Restore has bookshelves. Picked up Everybody Loves Raymond 9th season DVD today. $29 profit. See? I mean, it's weird because like you'll start finding the same stuff with DVDs, like especially because there's not that many out there. I went to a library sale last week. The line was on. Come on, Fabio. You should have busted your way to the front of the line and was like, hey, just act like you know somebody at the front. Hey, Bob. And then you're in the front of the line and you can just, mine are usually crazy too. Like, I'm in a smaller town, but the last one we went to, by the time it started, there was 30 people in the queue. And it's just, I don't know. It's not my thing. Got some Grey's Anatomy, 7th season, 5th season. I'm telling you guys, kids DVDs are the way to go. If you're going to scan all the DVDs in the store, scan the kids one. So like Nickelodeon stuff. I got a few like different, the Backyardigans, Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels DVD I'm not gated in, so that's pretty cool. And then just like weird random stuff like Spike Lee movie, Passing Strange. That's it. They're putting $2. Dude, I would have did the same thing. I don't blame you. I'm not about that life, that crazy life. It's not for me. Haven't tried a library sale or bin store yet. Worried about all the chaos and jerks. You couldn't list a Nickelodeon Backyardigan. I guess you're just not cool enough. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, I don't have no problems. I can list it right on my phone. I'll double check right now just to be sure. Now watch, I'm going to prove myself wrong and I'm not going to be able to list this. Yeah, I'm good to go. Good to go. It's been a good day of sales for me so far. 11 units sold for $248 today, so it's been a solid day. Old Western DVDs do good, yeah. Joanne, they just know you're about that life. They're like, listen, we got to slow her down. We can't be having her running wild all on Amazon. 480 miles wants to go to a sale. Oh my God. There ain't no chance. I mean, maybe if there was like 50,000 books and I was guaranteed to be the only person there, then like, all right, maybe I would do that. But if I got to deal with other people, there ain't no chance. I ain't even driving 30 minutes if I got to deal with all the other people. Can you write off work clothes? Yes, you can. I mean, unless you're reselling naked, you can write off your clothing. I mean, It's going to lower your tax burden. Big companies do it when they send you uniforms that you're at work that you need to wear. It's all right off. Just don't get too out of hand with it. Don't go buy Gucci suits for yourself. Like, hey, look, I'm reselling in Gucci suits. Then they'll probably flag it in the system somewhere. But all my stuff, like we just went summer shopping, my shorts, my shirts, all that, and I wrote it off. Fabio, you're still at 1,000 limit? There's no way. It's been too long for you to be stuck at that. What's your inventory score? I gotta know. What's your IPI? I won Goodwill my entire county. I live in Deliverance County. I'm not sure how many I have in my county. But like I said, I haven't been to a Goodwill in over a month. Am I worried Amazon lowered their limits again? Their limit for how many books you can have in FBA. So yeah, their restock limits. That's always the case. Honestly, my take on the whole restock limits is they did this to kind of straighten people out. So before they did these restock limits, it was unheard of that they would drop everybody to such a low limit. But the problem was there were so many people that just had crap sitting in Amazon warehouses. So they thought to themselves, how can we make people get rid of all their stuff that's not going to sell? And that's what they did. They put in the restock limits. So the day comes, right now I'm right around 1,500 in inventory. So the day comes where they say, hey, we're reducing the limits back down to 1,000. So I can't send anything in. But as long as you're sending in good inventory, the way I look at it, when that day comes, if it does, I'm basically going to have inventory in there that's ready, that's going to sell. It's not stuff that's just sitting in there. So you should be selling anyway. So while my inventory limit is maxed out, I'm just going to keep prepping boxes and have them ready to go. So when the restock limit either jumps back up or you sell them, then you already have inventory ready to go. So I wouldn't worry about limits. I would just get in as much as you can, not junk. Make sure you're sending in quality stuff, and you'll be fine either way. Even if their limits come back down again, you're going to have the inventory in there, and you're still going to make the sales, and you'll be ready to go when the limits come back up or you're underneath that point and you can send in a box. Can I write stuff off for him? Probably not, but yeah, unless it's like a scanner or something. 538, man, that's rough. That's rough, and they're not raising you? That's crazy. You got a better one than me right now, and I got like 4,000 inventory spaces. Listen, Fav, you just send me all your stuff. I'll pay you like a penny an item, and I'll just sell it. I won't make that much money on it, though. I just tipped over to 609 for inventory, trying to break 1,000 soon. I have, yo, Tiger, what's up, man? How you been? Let me go to a different screen here and see how many I currently have in inventory. We have 1,485 in Amazon inventory right now. So that's kind of it took a while to get there, and it's a lot harder than it sounds, because when you start sending more in, you're going to start selling more. So it's like, and it's all FBA, like Debs said. Yeah, I don't enjoy packing and picking and shipping and printing labels and all that stuff, although I do have an eBay sale that I got to pack. So sold something on eBay. That's me selling something on eBay. If I can sell something on eBay, anybody can. Bro, I'm sleeping with books. I have like 300, and I'm not, that's smart. I mean, listen, you got them ready to go. Like I said, when I was maxed out at 1,000 like you were, I'd have a box of, I have it written on the side of the box, there's 38 in here. So once I had 38 available to send, that box is done. Like, it's good to go. Just label it and get it out the door. 285. Hey, got to start somewhere. So today's challenge, I sold this on eBay today. How much do you think I sold this little Angry Birds green pig with a crown on eBay for? I paid 50 cents for this, and it was free shipping. So this little guy, he has like a sound box in him, but it don't work. So I put that in the listing. But I paid 50 cents for him, and he sold today. I took an offer, free shipping. Possibly towards the end of the month, shoot me an email, and we can see if we can work something out. But I'm pretty booked up so far for the beginning of the month. And I'm getting distracted here seeing all these numbers come in. Shoot me an email. We'll see if we can figure something out for later in the month. I did 1 today. I got 3 tomorrow. So I'm kind of booked so far for the first half of the month. Heat gun.
Next month.
What?
I said there's always next month.
Yeah, there's always next month too. I'm going to keep doing the one-on-ones forever. Just bought a heat gun. Heat guns are a game changer. I'm glad I honestly got on the heat gun bandwagon pretty quick. Thankfully, you get the stickers off so easy. And anybody that was wondering, I sold that for sold my little piggy here for 20 bucks free shipping. So it'll probably cost like $5 to ship because first class is a ripoff anymore. So I'll make like 10 bucks after fees. Not bad. So Joanne wins with $19.99. Yeah, I love my heat gun. I actually got it down here because I was peeling stickers earlier today. When I first had this thing, I was burning the crap out of my hands. But mine actually has like a little temperature dial on it. So I kind of turned it down some and it still works good. You just got to be careful with this. Like with DVDs that are new and sealed. Like if you heat it too much, it'll just burn right through the plastic. So you got to kind of keep it back a little bit. But don't waste your time with Goo Gone and all that crap. Heat gun's a way to go. Spend 20, 30 bucks and it'll change your life. As stupid as that sounds, heat guns are a necessity. I also picked up, in case you guys are ever out and about and you do eBay, picked up some like super clean Harry Potter hardbacks for $1 a piece. So I'll keep these until I get a set and then I'll sell them on eBay. But if you can ever find these for like $1 and they're in good condition, hardback or softback, pick them up and throw them to the side. And you got the full set, list them that way. Should do a thrifting meetup, maybe hit up a few stores. Yeah, we're all going to get together and I'm going to give you all Bluetooth scanner and everything is just mine. So you guys can all go in and scan stuff, but I'll pay for it all. But I get to keep it all. That's how it works, right? And then leave the peeled stickers all over the floor. Yeah, sometimes. I did buy a expensive toy for myself. No, I don't use a thermal printer. I use, let me see here if you'll be able to see it. I'm a little bit delayed, so I got to see if the camera is actually on it. I use this old crappy Canon camera, or Canon printer. It's nothing special. Deb has a pretty nice Rolo, but I just prefer this one. I can just print out the 30 up labels and the shipping labels. See, Joanne, the problem is we got the cats and the cats eat them up. Go to a book sale, yeah. I'll go to like one of the early book sales where you have to pay to get in, and I'll have all 1,000 of you just waiting there to go in, and everybody goes to their own 4-foot section and doesn't allow anybody else to scan anything. This is a pretty cool find of mine that when I first started out doing eBay, I found this, but I keep them for myself. It is I can't even see. I don't know, somewhere in the 80s. I think he's worth like 30, 40 bucks, but he's one of my few employees that I have. Deb hates him and our cats hate him. They just look at him evil. But he's a pretty cool toy, Gizmo. He sits on top of my PS5 and watches over the warehouse. Oh yeah, I'm actually cleaning away right now, so I can bring it over here. We have bought one of these bad boys. See if I get this camera to see it. There you go. Yeah, it's JFJ Easy Pro. So this thing just like resurfaces the disc. They are expensive. $200 expensive in case you're wondering. But it's pretty straightforward. You literally just put the like a buffer pad in there up top here, and then you put the disc on the top, and it's it basically makes the disc look brand new. So I haven't had too many discs that were like really beat up. I think I cleaned 2 today out of probably 50. So it's not like a real necessity, but it's nice to have. So like when I'm at the thrift, I don't have to worry about basically looking at the disc to see if it's scratched or whether or not I'm going to buy it. So I can just buy it even if it's completely destroyed. This thing will just, I mean, you got to see it to believe it. I'm going to do a video on it so you can see exactly how good it works. But yeah, so I got this. It's a write-off. I needed a write-off anyway. You start making too much money and you're better off just buying something like this instead of giving it to the IRS. So yeah, Terry, you're struggling out there with those crappy thrift stores. It sucks. I mean, that's just the way it is sometimes, unfortunately. I had a Salvation Army that used to be super good, and now it just stinks. Takes 2 minutes, Fabio, 2 minutes. So 2 minutes per CD. It comes with the solution and everything. And it'll literally take a disc that's destroyed and make it look brand new. Returns on a week. You might have just jinxed me, but I haven't had a return in a while. Let me see here my returns. FBA returns in the last 30 days. 1 return in the last 30 days. That's really good. Usually I probably get 1 or 2 a week just because you're selling a lot and people, you know. This one I see here is just they refuse delivery. So, I mean, that's really not even a return. There's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, 1 return in 30 days. That's super good. But you probably just jinxed it. So I'm sure I'll get 15 tonight. The best are the people that read the books and then return them. That cracks me up. Take a picture of every page and then you can just read it on your phone. But yeah, the disc cleaner is super good. Don't get it unless you are finding lots of CDs and DVDs that are messed up, or if you need a write-off at the end of the year, then I would definitely invest in one of those just so you have it instead of paying taxes. That's my take on it. I didn't need it, but I figured why not? It's a write-off anyway, and usually towards the end of the year I need a write-off, so I figured, might as well get one now. And since I've got all these DVDs and CDs, average sales price for the year so far. Let's see where we are at. Give me a second here to that'll make it easy to do this. I got a pen somewhere. What's over here? Grab a pen. Terry's making me do hard work here. All right, that performance. No, you got to do the math yourself, I believe. What's ticking? I don't know. What's ticking? I just have my phone. I don't know what I did with it. Yeah, if I had a warehouse, I would lose everything immediately. That's right, Rob. They use it and lose it. I mean, it's listen. When I was in college, it's such a ripoff. College textbooks are such a scam.
You can't even be mad about that one because those poor kids cannot afford those.
Yeah, honestly, like yeah, they can't afford it. So the fact they even have to pay that much to begin with is crazy. It stopped now, but it was ticking. I don't know, man. You better look around your room. It's in the business report. You don't need to do any math. Thanks.
Told you.
How can I trust the business report? Oh, look, it is. Wow. Makes my life a lot easier. $19 ASP. So that's not bad. As long as you're around 20 bucks. If you start getting like $25, if you got a $25 ASP, you're crushing it. $19, I can't complain. Yeah, I remember trading books in at the end of the semester. Like, oh, we'll give you $5. I'm like, I spent 140 bucks on this used book. Like, what a ripoff! But you take it because you don't know better. You're just like, well, that $5 is a Little Caesar's pizza, so I'm taking the $5. Amazon Stealth, here I come. During like, do you put books, CDs? Yes, I do. I've been packing them so they're kind of basically separated, but they're packed in nice and neat. I've been doing the CDs on top, but wrapping them in bubble wrap so they don't get destroyed. That's why I like put your labels on the top of the box. If you put them on the side, it makes it a little bit harder, but if you have them on the top, they kind of just scan it on the top and then just set it down like it should be. But yeah, I pack them all together. But if you're sending in like a bunch of CDs, like if I have all this going in on top, I'll wrap it around in bubble wrap a few times and just put it in there. I also have been, so I'll show you here. Let me just make sure this CD's in good condition. Hey, Terry, if you can keep that up, that's good money, man. $24 ASP is super good. So like with the CDs, I bought these little color coding labels. Naked Clothing is back again. This person just can't stay away. There's no banning them. So with the color coding labels, what I've been doing, so you know like, hey, this CD is going to pop open. I don't know what the naked thing going on is. YouTube bots taking over the world.
I'm not sure. Maybe you have to ban them.
Let me try to ban them.
I put them in timeout, and I reported them, and I hid them. And I don't know why they keep coming back. I'll Google it.
So, anyways, that will figure that out. 2 on their sale for the year. ASP for those, that's good. I mean, as long as you don't fall around like $15 ASP, I think you'll be fine. So what I'm doing with the CD so they don't pop open with these labels is I'll just throw one of these labels right on the edge. So that'll stop it from opening up whether it's in transit or in the warehouse. So I got these for like $2 each at CVS. So can't beat it. To keep your CDs closed, you don't got to worry about them opening, getting destroyed, any of that nonsense. Now, if it's new, I do put it in poly bag. On your books to have a low E score, like less than 20. If there's $5 merchant fulfilled offers, you actually get a prime bump on those. 100% you do. And this is another one I get a lot. So if you scan a book and you see Scout IQ saying $20 profit, merchant fulfilled is $5, and it's pulling off the used buy box that is like $25, you're good to go. So your own, it's one of your favorites, dude. You want it? $100, $100 right now. It's yours. So, like we were saying, if the used buy box is pulling off the FBA, even if there is a huge bump, that's all you're worried about. So most people aren't going to click all the way through and go to merchant fulfilled. They're just going to hit buy now. So even though yours is $20 more, as long as you have that buy box, you're going to get the sale over those merchant fulfilled offers. That's what I always say. As long as the use buy box is what it says it is, you're good to go. I don't care if the merchant fulfilled offer is $1, because like that's some crazy number where the amount of purchases on Amazon through the buy box is like it's astronomical compared to somebody clicking through and going to merchant fulfilled. So as long as the use buy box is $25, who cares what the merchant fulfilled offers are? You're not worried about that. That's a different game that we don't want to play in, and we don't got basically, you're chasing pennies at that point.
Okay, so you have to do it yourself.
Okay, how do I do it?
You should be able to, the 3 dots.
Yes.
Is there a block option you have to do that?
No.
Okay. I think you have to actually go to the channel and block from there.
Okay.
That's the only way. I'm not able to.
Be on the lookout for your boy Bobby, because some profit in these CDs. So just a little heads up, what I've been finding with CDs and DVDs. Kids DVDs are better. Always scan the TV series. And then CDs, if you find like any compilations, any best of, I'll just show you guys some of the ones I have here. Like kids CDs, Radio Disney kind of stuff. A lot of religious CDs, which you're going to find in a lot of thrift stores, because a lot of thrift stores are religion. They're supporting the church or something like that. Are pretty good. Avoid the Christmas. I know it sucks. Like when you scan something that's new, it just ignores it, or even if the new offer is lower than the used one. But it's a good habit to have, so you're actually looking at Scout IQ. So like any kind of like church choir stuff is pretty good. Always scan the new stuff, even if it's somebody you never heard of. Broadway CDs seem to be pretty good. I found a few of them. Mark Lowry. Gospel. I found a few gospel CDs as well. Even like the cardboard ones that are in like the cardboard cases, those can be good too. This one was new, so that was a nice little find. More gospel stuff. Another good thing is movie soundtracks. So like this one is like Underworld movie soundtrack. I've gotten a few movie soundtracks that are pretty good. Yeah, Dustin, it's funny you bring that up. I still have mine. I'm waiting for Second and Charles to take a trip, and I still got all mine new. So I'm curious if Second and Charles is going to take these, and if they're going to give me anything for them. So I'm willing to see how it goes. If they don't want them, I might just put them in a frame, and then we can always reminisce about the days we got ungated and DVDs for $20. Ticking again. Uh-oh.
I don't know. I don't hear anything. Other than maybe the fridge, but I doubt that. That's way too far away.
I don't know. We will never know.
It's just hard.
Yeah, it's my heart beating. DVDs to stay away from. I got this for like an example to show you guys. I was going to do it in a video. Stuff like this that kind of looks like, oh, you see Gilligan's Island, Escape from Gilligan's Island. But this is like, this is kind of like a bootleg one. You see like Digital Media Experience. Now, if you pull this up on Amazon, it doesn't look like this in the case. Now, I know it's different now, like if you see a book and it's a different edition, it might look different, but that's a little different than these. This is something like completely different than this DVD is in there, but it's not like a legitimate one. So something like this, like I'm kind of weary to send this in, and I definitely wouldn't send this in to Amazon, just because this is how you wind up getting your account shut down for something stupid that's quote unquote counterfeit. But it has like other features on it besides the DVD, so if you come across something that doesn't look right, especially with DVDs and CDs, just leave it behind. Um, Here goes a pretty good CD. I think this is like a $30 one. Queer as Folk. Multiple CDs that have multiple discs seem to do pretty well from what I've seen so far. We got some Michael Jackson 2-disc CD.
Your camera shaking because you can rattle the table around.
It probably is. But yeah, CDs have been huge. Make sure you get in the habit of at least looking through the CDs. Scanning them all can be a little bit crazy. Like the other day when I went out and I scanned all the CDs at the thrift store, Deb's like, "You were in that thrift store for like 2 hours." I said, "Yeah, well, I had to scan all the CDs, and I had like 3,000 CDs. I'm scanning as fast as I can, but there's a lot of CDs to scan, especially when they're in just huge bins." I'm going to start a disc cleaning service. $5 a disc. You can send me it in the mail and I'll clean it for you. And then I'll send it back. I'll train the cats to do it. I bought 10 CDs today. And I've never heard of any of the performers. I just scan everything. Get a lot of 0 E scores too, which I leave behind. Hope that is the right strategy. Yes, it is. And I updated the triggers, Bob, so I'm not sure what triggers you're using. So I have it set up now. So basically, you're not going to run into any E scores that should be 0 that are green, like accept. I went in and I did a video today, and I just called it like the ultimate trigger set video. I'm going to upload it Monday, and I added a trigger at the bottom of each trigger set. So anything over that rank of our last trigger set, it's automatically going to be rejects. So you won't have any of these miscellaneous greens that are 0 E score with a super high rank. It'll automatically be red, and you know you can just keep moving on. It'll kind of make it a little bit easier and more simpler for everybody. Found a thrift store the other day with a convenience store with fried chicken, a hair salon, and tanning beds. Books. Hey, look at that book price. You should have got a tan. I bet the tans are probably like $1.50. You could have got a piece of chicken, got your hair done, found 20 profitable books, got a tan for under $10, and you decided just to get the books. I mean, that's an experience right there. That's like a YouTube video in itself. I went to the thrift store and I ate fried chicken in a tanning bed while getting my hair done. Yeah, Bob, it'll have everything in there. It'll make everything a little bit easier. I kind of simplified it. I changed a few things with the DVDs and CD triggers just to target profit, just because I'm kind of seeing like what the going rate was at different thrift stores. So I kind of tweaked the profit amounts a little bit on those, but it's all in there. It covers everything. I'm just glancing mostly to spot CDs or DVDs that jump out at me. Like, yep. Yes. You will learn quick when you're in these stores and you're scanning all of these CDs. Like, I'm not scanning no Christmas, no seasonal stuff. Like, if it's around Christmas time, then it makes sense. Like maybe if it's like October and you're finding Christmas stuff, but right now I'm definitely not buying Christmas books. I'm not scanning Christmas books. Mike, it's funny you say that. I actually already have a Craigslist posting up, so that's another video I'm working on. Same thing along the lines of books by the pound. We are doing CDs now. So how much, before I tell you guys how much I'm paying a CD, I want to know how much you would pay per CD if I called you and said, hey, I got a box of CDs here. Now note, all the CDs are going to have their cases and the books. We're not buying any CDs that are like just loose CDs or anything like that. Or bootleg CDs. We're not buying none of that. So how much would you pay per CD that comes with the case and is in working condition for a bulk buy? And then I'll tell you how much I have my ad set up for, and then we kind of can chat about it. That's all right, Terry. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going for the seasonal stuff. You just got to play it by the season. Don't get seasonal stuff out of season. Although it is pretty funny, like when I like a show like that I watch, and then I find the DVD set and it ain't worth nothing. I'm like, come on, this is a good show. Why isn't it worth anything? I love this show. 15 cents. All right, that's a decent guess.
And he's piggybacking off your books.
Yeah, you're just saying 15 cents because it's 15 cents a pound, huh? That's not a bad idea. Now, 8 cents per item for anything bulk. Terry Terry likes his money. He ain't letting it go nowhere. Terry's like, if you want me to buy your stuff, you're gonna have to basically give me it. Unscanned by you, 5 cents. How many is the bulk? It could be anything. These people are contacting you. So you don't know. It could be a box. It could be a truckload. You never know what you get with these Craigslist buys. All right, so I am just let me double check real quick on my Craigslist. $0.20 per CD. So, how did I come to 20 cents? I did a little bit of research. I kind of looked on eBay to see what like lots were going for. It seems like the consensus on eBay was right around like 30 to 35 cents per CD and like the wholesale lots. So I figured 20 cents is kind of a little bit lower, but it's fair. I mean, I have nothing with any of the cents you gave. 5 cents, Fabio, I don't think anybody's going to bother with you for 5 cents, but anything like 10 to 30 cents, I could see making sense. Yeah, Rob, you trying to get me in trouble? You trying to get me thrown out of here? Listen, I already been the everything eBay seller. It's just too much crap around the place. But there's definitely money in seasonal stuff. You just gotta know when to look for it and send it in right away. CD's not worth getting murdered for.
That's why you bring your strong wife.
Yeah, that's why I bring on my tack cats. I always say with Craigslist, make sure you're meeting. I always meet at local police stations. You're better off that way. The police stations are on camera. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. At least if you get shot, it'll be on camera and hopefully they'll catch the person and you'll survive. But yeah, so 20 cents for the CDs. I just put it up the other day. I don't have like anything going on it. Like I haven't gotten any leads off it yet. I do have a bulk book by Monday. We'll see how that goes. Here goes the CD link. If you guys want to steal the picture and everything and copy it, go for it. That'll take you right to the link and you can copy it, save the picture for whenever you want to set it up. You don't have to pay 20 cents. Just change that to whatever you want to pay. And if nobody's buying them in your area, just do free cleanouts, make it seem like, hey, we don't throw anything out. Nothing winds up in the landfill. It all winds up going to a home where somebody's going to appreciate it. So that's kind of the way you can get in with the people. They don't want you to take their stuff if they think you're just going to throw it out. They want it to know like it's going somewhere. So my bulk book by Monday is from a bookstore that's getting rid of books. And they don't want to sell me the books, but they have like a donation like every month. So I'll just pay them 15 cents a pound and then they donate it for the kids' classroom textbooks for kids in classrooms. And so I still pay them and it goes to a good cause, so I can't complain about it. I am making a DVD one. I'm in the process of it. When I first tried to get ungated in DVDs, I made a Craigslist post and for some reason it kept getting taken down. So I'm going to have to mess around with it and see if I can get one that stays up and not getting flagged for like spam or just bots or anything like that. I have so much stuff I still got to pack today. I've been slacking today. Well, I edited a video. I uploaded some stuff for my editor, so he has a video as well. But I still have like probably another 2 or 3 boxes. Probably 3 boxes, and I already have one done.
You recorded a video. and
Oh yeah, and I
a wrap
recorded a
up.
video today as well, so it's been a busy day. Let me get out of that. We sold another book here, The First 6 Weeks of School, for $18.82. Not too bad. I did sell all of those Garth Brooks brand new CD sets that I picked up for $5 a piece. I sold all of them for right around $35 even FBA, so I made like 20 bucks on each of those, which is a good find. It's been a good week for sales for me. How many boxes do I send normally in a week? Anywhere between 5 and, I'd say the most I sent in a week was probably around 12. So between 5 and 12 is usually where it falls. It really depends how much I go out and how much I got going on. I just use Seller Central, Jamie. I love listening through Seller Central. I am debating on trying a few different listing softwares just for the. I'm like, what kind of label maker do you use? I'm wasting too many label sheets. Are you using? Let me see here. Are you using these, Hannah? Like the normal 30 ups? What's up, Chris? I love Seller Central, Jamie. Getting back to that, I was thinking about doing a review on a few like listing softwares, just so you guys can kind of have an idea of how they work and everything. But I'm perfectly fine with listing through my phone. I don't have any issues with it, and it's pretty quick. I don't feel like I'm losing a lot of time by not using any software. So it's okay. So I'll let you know a little trick here that I do to save labels. So when you print it out, so you're usually always going to have more than 30, right? So you're running into the problem where you got like 38 items in a batch, and you got to print 38 labels. So you print your 38, they print out. So you're usually always going to have one row that's untouched, right? Because you can only print out 50 per batch if you have 50 items in a box. So you're always going to have one row that's untouched. So what I do is when I go in and print the next one, say you have 38. So you're going to put this piece of paper in here that's got this full blank row. You're going to put this one up top, and then you're going to have your full one underneath. So when it prints, it's going to print we'll say the 8 labels. So it's going to print the 8 here, and then it's going to print your other 30 on here. So basically, you're getting 2 uses out of like the leftover page, if that makes sense.
And you can always use those extras to cover like things on books that you want to cover too.
A seller list, but it was constantly a pain in the butt. Canceled, and Seller Central is better. It's just personal preference, honestly. It really depends, what works for you. It's not an issue with Rollo. It's not an issue with the normal printers either once you get the hang of it. So another thing you can do. So say if you have, say your shipment is 32. All right. So you don't want to waste a full page just for 2. You can literally, I've done this, so I know it works. Peel the sticker off and just put it on the bottom too. So if it's like 32 or 33, peel the sticker off one of your leftovers and just put those 2 or 3 on there and then print it, and it'll print perfectly fine, and it'll still stick right to the item. So that'll save you a lot of stickers. I know you're probably sitting around with a bunch of half sheets and everything. You can start using those now, and just it might take 1 or 2 times for you to figure out which way it's got to be in the printer and which page has got to be first, but once you get it figured out, you'll be good to go. It'll save you a bunch of labels sitting all over the place. Scan lister, label with Dymo, yes. I see a lot of videos where people have the Dymos set up, and you basically, when you scan it in, you get the label right there, so you're not sitting there trying to figure out where's this book's label at. So I can see it speeding up the process for you. Personally, if I had something set up like that, you need the Bluetooth scanner. I just don't have the space, but it's definitely feasible to do. And honestly, if you have tons that you're sending in every week, it's probably almost better to have something like that where you could just label it and then throw it in. Or if you're doing multiple boxes per shipment, that's another thing that might, probably save you a lot of time. You don't got to go sort it through all this nonsense. Best thing I did was get a Sumo printer for all labels. It worked great and got it on sale. Sumo, Dymo. Okay. Autocorrect. I personally, listen, when it comes to technology, I'm an old man. I like my old thing. It works good for me. I've had it since day one, so it's kind of like, what am I going to do with that printer? If I get a new printer, then this printer's never going to get used. It's going to be lonely for the rest of its life. I mean, I just can't bring myself to do it. Ticking again. Tick, 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 tick. I don't know. Who knows what the ticking is? I do everything well except finding any books to sell. It's tough. Honestly, this past week, I have found more profit in CDs and DVDs than I have in books, which isn't a bad thing. I'm still going to scan the books always, but if I'm just looking at it overall from the past week, I've definitely found more profit in DVDs and CDs than books. Luckily, I have the sources, and like I said, it's a whole different ball game if you don't have the sources or your sources suck. That's when you just got to look for different ways to get books, unfortunately, and it can be tough. Although I'll tell you what, I'm jealous of a lot of people that I've had a lot of one-on-ones with a lot of people, and there's people out there that are getting free books from thrift stores that they don't want, free books that they don't want to put on the shelves, free books that they're going to get rid of. So there's definitely opportunities out there for you to get large quantities of books for nothing. It's just going into these smaller stores and striking up a conversation with somebody that works there and letting them know what you do, and basically just got to get lucky. And there's a lot of people that have some pretty good setups when it comes to getting books for nothing or close to nothing. I'm like, I'm out here paying for books. This sucks, but I mean, hey, you gotta take advantage of it when you can. I used to 30 up labels till I got the Dymo. I still have to label at the end. I print the labels when I create a shipment. Okay, so it's close to being the same thing, and you just get the long sheet versus the wide sheet, I guess. Put an ad in neighborhood app. Yeah, this neighborhood app, I gotta look at it. So I've heard multiple people bring up this app, and everybody's basically had good things to say about it. So I'll probably look in that tonight and see if I can find anything. So thanks for bringing that up, Hannah. I appreciate it. Hopefully I can find some free books. I'll take them. I'll even pay them for them. One of my smaller thrift stores won't even take any books anymore, and they have my number. I ran into the same thing when I tried to get backroom access. This small thrift store had gaylords of books in the back, and I'm like, listen, I'll go back there and pay you with whatever you want, and we can, whatever you want to get paid for them, I'll pay you for them. And they would not let me touch them at all. OA is another option. Yes, eFlip, I think it's called. That's one of the ones you can use where you can flip from eBay to Amazon. It is a lot costlier, and you got to make sure you're buying good stuff that's going to sell. Yeah, see, I knew somebody else brought it up. See, Joanne literally went in to a whole school clean out by herself. All the textbooks were hers for the taking. She paid by the pound, and she'll make thousands of dollars on the deal. It's just nuts. Like, stuff like that blows my mind. My monthly sell-through rate. So let's see where we're at right now. Actually, we'll do March. Let's see how we did in March. No, I don't want to do that. 22% sell-through rate. Naki. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. 22%. I do a free book removal. Had to get a storage unit for it. Kind of overwhelming at first, but we had tons of great free books. Yes, you have to have plans in place when it comes to doing these book pickups. You are going to get a crap ton of books. You're going to get a crap ton of duds. You have to figure out what to do with. Luckily for me, I have Second and Charles close, so I kind of can just load up the car, go there, multiple times a day or multiple times a week, and get rid of them. So I mean, that's always a benefit. But you have to make sure you have a plan in place. I usually have an eBay pile, an Amazon pile, and then a dud pile. And I try to keep the duds just in the car. I'll have the trunk empty, so I know I'll keep the duds in the car, and I take them to Second and Charles and get rid of them. Even had a local doc retire and let me clean his office out. Got books free. See, that's crazy. Mike, I am looking into donation bins. I was actually on Alibaba looking at them. So I do have a Craigslist post looking for donation bins. Haven't got anything yet. Alibaba has donation bins that you can customize, and it looks like they're right around $500 shipped. So, I mean, it's an option. I still want to see if I can get one local before I spend $500. But yes, I'm still looking into it. It's still on my radar. I literally had the page up the other night and was talking to Deb about it and just seeing what the prices are and everything. And it seems legit. It's not a scam or anything. They literally just have a big warehouse over there that does that. Last summer we went to we did this professor cleaned out and he just gave us all for nothing. It was nuts. That was the most books I ever had in my car. Deal making is tough for me since I basically avoid talking to people. Hey, I don't blame you, Terry. You just want to steer clear of the riff-raff and be done with it. Where do you find a sell-through rate? I just did how many books I sold that month to around my average inventory. So I sold right around like 280 books in March. My inventory was right around 1,200. So basically somewhere in the low 20%. So that's how I did it. I just listed one textbook in eBay and 3 offers I got were scammers. I believe it. Listen, eBay is, I hate eBay. There is a place for it in your business. It's just you have to be willing to deal with the headaches that come with it, like that kind of crap. Like, I'm going to offer you $5 on a $60 book, stuff like that. It's eBay it's a different beast, honestly. It's there for when you need it for like your duds and everything, but it's definitely not feasible to be a media seller on eBay and do eBay only. You will never make any money. Next time you find expensive books to sell on Amazon, I want you all to look it up on eBay and you will laugh at the price difference because it's probably 20% of what it's going for on Amazon is what it's selling for on eBay. It's sad. My local dump has a book spin free recycling. Hey, I'm going to the dump and I'm sitting outside, and anybody that goes to donate their books free, I'm taking them and I'll give them a $5 bill. Say, hey, here, thanks for your free books. Have a great day. Here's a business card. If you know anybody else has got books, I'll buy them off them. Yeah, $500 isn't bad. Especially to have it customized. They do seem like they are pretty decent quality too. If the day comes and I do wind up buying one, I'll do a whole video on it. I like the idea of having it customized so I don't got to paint it myself or do any of that. Even though Deb's a good artist and everything, it'd just be a pain in the butt, painting it in the yard and all that stuff. It'd just be a mess. What about...
Who made your YouTube banner?
Yeah, Deb made my YouTube banner as well. So she's good. She's good with art. I couldn't even write my name straight. What about getting the small kind like the library uses? Yeah, I was looking into some of those. Honestly, it really depends like how much how frequently you're going to check it. I'd rather have like, I don't want a huge one like you see on the side of the road. I want one that's a little bit skinnier. First off, I don't want it to weigh as much because I got to transport it. And I don't want it to be as big because I got to transport it. And I want one that doesn't have a huge hole so people can put clothes and all that stuff in there. If you ever seen the book ones, the Better World book ones, they literally just have like basically like a Blockbuster drop-off size slot. So you can only get books in there. You're not going to be able to get all kinds of random junk in there because people are going to do it, even though we're going to have book donations only on the side of the bins and all that. So I'm trying to get one that has a smaller opening, skinnier, not as tall, but I definitely want it to stand out. So I'm going with like, if I do get one, it's going to be a bright color. We'll see what happens when the time comes. Yeah, Deb's the same way, Terry. I'm turning into the same way. Working in retail, you got to deal with the people. But now that I'm not in retail, I try to avoid people as well. Thank you for your video on getting ungated in DVDs. I just got my approval today. No problem. Glad I could help. I'm excited for everybody to sell DVDs. I've tried it before, it didn't work, and I still can't believe that we can get ungated for so cheap. It's literally, it's going to change your business any way you look at it. It is a great idea, Fabio. I'm trying, man. I got the line out there. I'm just waiting for somebody to bite. I'll go buy it. I'll probably have to rent a U-Haul or something with a ramp, but that's fine because once I get it in place, I'm good to go. I can just pick it up, drop it off, and go clean it out with my car once a month or however often I feel like it. My DVD request denied. Hey, resubmit it. Multiple people have been denied the first or second time. You have to realize Amazon has like basically 1 million people going over these things. You just keep submitting it. Sooner or later, you'll find somebody that's like, hey, I know this invoice. I seen the used book guy. He did a video on this. This is definitely Amazon worthy, and you'll be approved. Just keep submitting it. Sooner or later, you'll get approved. It's not a big deal. Small donation boxes at his local college campus. I thought about doing that, but I got like a Penn State off, like it's not the main campus, but it's like kind of like a branch off one, and they're real strict with that kind of stuff. And I just don't want to deal with the headaches of it, but it's definitely an option. Another thing you can do is just put in the make flyers, print out flyers, and just hang them on the telephone poles. Like, hey, I'll buy your textbooks at the end of the semester with your name and your phone number. Then they can reach out to you. You can pay them, $10, $20 per textbook. That's going to make you $100. Definitely a good way to make money. Same with me, Leslie. I used to be gated in music, and now I'm wide open. After I got ungated in DVDs, I can list all the music now as well, which is awesome. Do you use Scout IQ default triggers? No, I won't say I hate their default triggers, but there's not enough meat on the bone, in my opinion. You shouldn't be chasing $2 profits. And yeah, Deb linked that video. I'm also going to be uploading one Monday that's going to have all the triggers in one video. So it's going to have your books, your DVDs, your music, and your video game triggers all in one video. So it's a one-stop shop. Because I always get a lot of people asking for this trigger set, that trigger set. So I figured I'd do a video with all of them in one. And it'll be uploaded Monday night at 8 as always. And it'll have everything for you. It's the same ones I use. I don't put anything out there that I don't use. So that'll be a good video for you. Yeah, see, Joanne got denied. And just submit it again. The first time I got the first time I applied for DVDs, I got denied like 15 times before I gave up. I didn't know what I was doing, and I just kept resubmitting it. There's no harm in resubmitting it, but I just kept getting denied. Yes, label your photos. I know it's easy to just upload the photos with whatever is just in the text, 1234.jpg. Just rename them to exactly what they are. So when Joe Schmo at Amazon sees it, they can be like, hey, we understand this photo is exactly what the text says it is. It's a picture of the invoice. It's a picture of the invoice with the product, a picture of the front of the product, and you'll be good to go. $2 is good profit. Terry, where are you located, Terry? Like what part of the country? You located in a more expensive area? Because it seems like more expensive areas, like the thrift stores are not as good as like the cheaper areas.
It could also be middle of nowhere kind of thing.
Yeah, true. It could be a middle of nowhere kind of thing where they're just not getting quality books.
Yeah, not cycling often.
Tommy Boy got denied because he was taking pictures on one of those like 1980 Instaprint Fujifilm Kodak where you snap it and then it prints out the picture right away and you gotta go like this. And then he took a picture of the Polaroid. So he took a picture with the Polaroid printed out, Then he got his phone and took a picture of the printed out Polaroid before it was fully developed, so that's why they denied him. You do have to treat Amazon employees like you would your 2-year-old. You literally have to hold their hands. You just have to, you just have to basically walk them through every little thing. You have to basically explain yourself with every little thing. Hey, that is the end all be all, Hannah, where you don't have to go to thrift stores. If you're getting the money from the libraries, like, then just roll with it. Like, I haven't been to a Goodwill in over a month, and I don't plan on going. Like, if you got something that works, especially if I'm just curious, Hannah, like, how much are they charging for books at your libraries? Northeast Alabama. I'm not sure if it's. I know some parts of Alabama are expensive and some are more cheap, but you just live in an unlucky area. Unfortunately, it sucks. I wish there was like maybe you could find somewhere that sells like Gaylords of books that is maybe an hour away, and you can just go load up your car, pay $100, $150 for a Gaylord. What's up, Tristan? Hope everything is well up there in the cold countries of Canada. Tommy boy, I'll give him a slap for you. Listen, I mean, I'm sure your pictures were perfectly fine. It was probably the person that was reviewing it. They probably had glasses on and they were foggy, so like they couldn't read it right. It's not a big deal. You got approved, so now we're rocking and rolling. There you go. $1 hardcover, 50-cent softcover. You're not going to beat those prices unless you find it somewhere, in the middle of nowhere where they're just giving away stuff. So just stick with it. If they're going to keep producing, then hey, you might as well just keep rolling with it, especially when it's keeping your costs down so low. So, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm just going to cheaper thrift stores. I got a bunch of smaller ones. I don't even know if I could ever walk in a Goodwill again and pay $3.99 for a hardback book. I do. I have Salvation Armies by me. I actually, the next video, Thrifting video, will be Salvation Armies. For me, it is 50% off on Wednesdays. So I go on Wednesdays, Mike, and I just clean up because it's half off. What's up, Manny? Living that California life, that beautiful weather, around the clock life. Canada. 500 in inventory for Joanne. That is awesome, especially considering they had you sidelined for a few weeks. You're going to crush it. You got the sources. You got a good plan to get yourself rolling. So 500 is just the beginning. They are really cheap here. Yeah. Mine is $2, $1 for books. So half off is 50 cents a dollar. And then I think the DVDs are $3, so they're $1.50 on half off. And CDs are $2, so they're $1 on half off. So I personally have been making it a priority to go on half off days because ever since I started kind of focusing on keeping my costs lower, my profits have been higher and I've been spending way less. So I've been taking half off days and just making full days out of it and basically getting all my inventory for the week just from going on half off days. And some libraries are donation only. There you go. I mean, you're killing it. Ever get a cease and desist letter? No. I've heard people that have. I've watched other YouTubers as well, and most of them do like retail arbitrage. And it's funny because I've actually seen multiple YouTubers like they'll actually rip the cease and desist letter right up in the video. So I mean, if you're doing retail arbitrage, I would kind of be worried about it, especially if you're a bigger seller. But I've also seen bigger sellers just rip them up and say, whatever, kiss my butt, it is what it is. Yeah, it does happen from time to time. It's like it's more or less like IP infringement, I guess. Like they don't want you selling their products, like Gucci doesn't want you selling their stuff. So they can have you taken off Amazon and they can send you stuff in the mail, but most people just give it away. Hey, no problem. I'm glad you can sell DVDs. I'm glad we all can sell DVDs. So here's what happens, right? So we we get everybody ungated in DVDs and CDs, right? And then we're going to be the only people selling DVDs and CDs. So when I make these videos of like where the people don't know how to price their stuff, it's going to be all you guys. So I'm going to be like, hey, what the heck, Terry? Why are you selling this DVD for $3 when the next one is $20? You know, don't be tanking these prices on the DVDs. Or I'm going to have to make a video saying Christian book no longer works for getting ungated in DVDs. Paid $25 and it sold for $120. Oof. That must have had a good e-score the way you pinched them pennies. That thing must have been a real good e-score. And you're like, if I'm spending 25, this thing better be guaranteed to sell. That's good profits though, man. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, like when we paid up for that big book we bought that one time.
Yeah, I mean, $13 for a book that we sold. I think I sold it for like 70, so it's kind of close to being the same kind of area. Appreciate you focused on used books and media. I moved from that model into retail. Honestly, yes. You explain why I'm never leaving media. The cost is so low, and at scale, you can make just as much, if not more, than some of these retail arbitrage characters. There's definitely people out there crushing it when it comes to RA and OA. But the media is so cheap, and you can, especially as one person, you can scale this to a point where you're going to be making, over 10K a month in profit. Just think about that. Like, you're making over $10,000 a month just off media alone, just by yourself. So like, it does take a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. But compared to doing other things, you're not going into retail stores. You're not spending all this money. And the thing with media is the returns. You don't have to worry about, hey, somebody bought this new video game or this new slow cooker and they used it and returned it. So now you're stuck with a used item. You have to figure out what to do with it, and you're going to lose money because your margins aren't as high when it comes to that stuff. I don't plan on ever leaving media. I always say to myself, I'm going to make a video about it just so people know, like, hey, I'm never going to be the retail arbitrage guy. I'm just always going to be the media guy because it's so cheap. And if it ever comes to a point where like you're stuck and you basically have to cut back on what you're spending, you can still make good profits selling media because the cost it's nothing. I want to buy those cats. Sure. I'll pay you $20 a month. My ex laughed at me when I told him I was going to sell used books on Amazon. He's laughing even harder now because I told him I'm selling used. No one buys DVDs. Before I got into selling used books, I thought that everybody was like using Kindles. I thought people were just like strictly like e-readers. So like I was so skeptical when I first started. I'm like, people don't read damn books. They just want to read it on their Kindle, like their iPads. Boy, was I wrong. It's kind of funny, like the opinions you get from people that aren't reselling stuff. Like when I quit my job, my family's like, "Oh, you're still unemployed," like they don't even see reselling as a business. Like it's just like, oh, it just exists. Like, oh, you're a reseller, you're a scalper. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm still unemployed. Sure, I'm making more money than you, and I'm working half the hours you're working. But hey, you call me unemployed all you want. Will you be the used media guy on YouTube soon? Nah, I'm gonna stay with the used book guy because I'm always gonna scan all the books in the thrift store. I might not scan all the DVDs and CDs. So, and I feel like books is always gonna be there for everybody. You don't got to get ungated in it. So I think the used book guy is right where I need to be. Although sometimes the used media guy, I do joke about it sometimes, like, hey, the used media guy. But books are always be where everybody starts out for the most part, and it's just anybody can do it. No entry barrier. You can start selling used books within 2 weeks. So I'll stay with that for now. All right. Any last burning questions before I roll out of here for the night? We're well over our hour-long chat. I got 3 one-on-ones tomorrow. Those will be fun. I'll torture all 3 of them in the one-on-ones and see what they're doing with their business. Any last burning questions before I get out of here? put an Amazon link on your page. I'll use to buy poly mailers for DVD, CD. I actually just I just added that to my default uploads today, Manny. It's so weird that like you brought that up. I added the poly mailers to my descriptions for my default uploads, so that will be in. It should be in this video when it goes live. Sometimes it probably takes 2 hours for these to actually get uploaded as a video because YouTube's slow with it. But it's not a big deal either way, Manny. I appreciate you just supporting the YouTube channel. The money I make from it, it's secondary. Can you post a link to your video to get ungated for DVDs? Yes. Deb will post it for you real quick, Olivia. When I ask some lady out for a date and then have to tell her what I do for... Oh, shit, Terry, that's good. Thankfully, I've already accomplished that, so I could definitely see that happening. I appreciate that, Hannah. Hey, thanks for the tip. That neighborhood app, I'm 100% going to check it out. So, cat fur to pillow makers, yeah, for sure. Appreciate you stopping by, Rob, as always. Jamie, same with you. Joanne, stay out of trouble. I don't want to be getting no emails about you on the sidelines again for being a bad girl in the Amazon world. Olivia, there goes your link. We are good to go. Appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate we broke 1,000 subscribers. I know I kind of don't talk about it much, but I do appreciate each and every one of you for getting me to that point. Videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, we got the big Scout IQ Ultimate Trigger Set video. And you got my email. Email me if you have any questions. Everybody have a good